particularly badly. In fact, dogs rarely do struggle in this warm weather. They are very often sort of confined in yards or small gardens, but they don't have access to shaded areas. Their cooling system isn't as effective as ours. Their way of cooling down is panting. That's sort of exhaling warm air and inhaling cooler air. But if the surrounding ambient temperature is hot, all they're going to be doing is exhaling warm air and inhaling warm air, and they'll very, very quickly overheat. But it's not just dogs, cats, whatever you've got. Even farm animals. It affects every animal.
So, what advice do you have for pet owners then about how they can look after their pets during this time and try and help them as much as possible?
Yeah, if possible, keep your dog inside, keep your cat inside during the extreme weather conditions. Kennels are generally fine. Well-insulated kennel is generally fine, but in weather like this, it's probably best to bring the dog inside, and that means not the conservatory or an unventilated small room. If you can bring the dog into the main part of the house. Cats, if you've got a light-coloured cat but a suntan lotion, they can burn. Particularly white cats, but any light-coloured cat can really burn. I'd first speak to your vet about appropriate products. So as we all know, cats will lick off any lotion or ointment you put on them. So it may just be worth checking with your vet to make sure you're using correct suntan lotion. But yeah, the cats, you just need to put a bit of a dab on the pinnae of the ear and sort of the belly, groin area, nose. And yeah, just keep an eye on your animals. Rabbits, I would say, yeah, particularly at risk in the warm weather. Make sure your rabbit's bedding is dry. That's a big one. If the rabbit gets wet, they can get fly strike very easily, and that's where the fly lays eggs in the in the rabbit's fur. And then when those eggs, the little maggots will burrow into the animal's flesh, which is particularly unpleasant. And that can happen extremely quick.
Yes. So obviously, unfortunately, at times like this, and I think even in this sort of current hot weather, we're still hearing stories of, things like dogs being, found in hot cars. And how concerned are you that the sort of messages aren't getting through to some pet owners, and that some people are still doing things that, surely it's common sense not to do?
Yeah, you say dogs in hot cars. Those people, they're well-intentioned. They don't want to leave the dog at home. They're going out, the dog might whine, upset the neighbours. So what they do is pop the dog in the car while they go to the garden centre or wherever. But as I say, a dog can very quickly overheat. Even if it's 22 degrees outside, it can reach 40 odd degrees inside a car within an hour. So the temperature inside a car can just absolutely shoot up. And as I've already explained, sort of a dog's cooling system isn't particularly effective, and they will overheat extremely quickly. If you feel hot in your car, your dog is going to feel a whole lot worse. My advice is leave the dog at home, particularly in this sort of weather.
Okay, and perhaps a quick mention of wild animals. Because it's not just pets. Obviously, there's lots of wild animals out there as well who will be feeling the heat as well. Is there anything that we as humans can do to help them at all?
Fill up their bird bath. Make sure animals have access to water if you can. During the summer months, the RSPCA sees a massive spike in the number of calls we get. Not just about cruelty matters, but collections, rescues. There's more people about, more people enjoying the sunshine. They're seeing, going for walks down the canal. They're seeing the duck caught in fishing line. They're seeing the sheep collapsed in the farmer's field. They're seeing, looking while they're mowing their lawn, they're seeing the rabbit maybe a bit neglected in the next to a neighbour's garden. So we're extremely, extremely busy during the summer months, and our calls go up massively. We can't always respond as quickly as we'd like. We are a charity, we have limited resources and funds, but we do everything we can.